Without a doubt, the most difficult vowel sung in the English language is the sound oo. This sound needs special attention, especially at first, because it can become a very nasal sounding and actually quiet vowel. Here are the reasons. Oo has rounded lips. Out of all the vowels in English, only oo uses the lips. And it's funny that so many singers want to round other vowels, like aw, but do not want to round oo, which is the only vowel that should be rounded. The reason for this has to do with what oo is related to. I am again going to give you a few moments to figure out what vowel is most closely related to. Well, if you haven't guessed it, I will tell you that the sound oo is also related to the sound ah, believe it or not. In fact, it is exactly like the sound ah, but with rounded lips, which totally changes the sound and gives it a slightly forward tonality. Let me demonstrate. I'm going to make a circle with my hand. I am going to sing the vowel sound ah, and I'm going to put this circle over top my mouth and watch what happens to the vowel. It almost becomes the sound oo. Again, ah is the sound oo and oo is the sound ah. Now, what makes the sound ah so easy to sing is that it has a very big mouth opening, which gives that sound all the room in the world to form. But oo has a very closed mouth opening. And by mouth opening, I mean the lips. The jaw with any of these closed vowels is open at least the width of a fingertip, like E. But oo has a unique feature of lip usage. So, reason number 2 of why oo is so hard is because the opening of the lips is about the size of the eraser end of a pencil. The lips are also perched forward, almost like kissing. Now, that is a very small lip opening to say the least. But if we don't round the lips and have a lip opening that is wider in diameter, then instead of sounding like oo, the vowel will sound like ew. Or even more exaggerated, if we start to sound eventually like oh. Did you ever hear someone sing a phrase like, I love you, and it came out like this? I love you! I love yo. We hear this because oo is so hard to sing that we sometimes want to cheat and just open the mouth up. But this is definitely a sign of a lack of control over this vowel. Instead of opening the lips, we can just open both the jaw more and the throat as well. But the bottom line is this: we must have a lip opening not any bigger than the eraser end of a pencil. And the lips need to be perched forward or it will not sound like oo. It will sound like ew. Now, as I mentioned earlier, oo is also regarded as a quiet vowel. Just the nature of oo, having such closed lips, makes it very dampened and therefore diminishes its volume. What we need to do is always listen to ourselves. If we hear a sudden drop in volume, we must correct it on the spot. And with oo, this may occur every time we sing it. What we need to do is always make sure that oo has that piercing, projected in the back of the hard palate sound that all the other vowels have. And if the volume itself drops, we have to slightly increase its pressure. Here, let me demonstrate. I will sing the phrase me and you without and with extra air pressure.
Now, to demonstrate that oo is in fact a quiet vowel, I'm going to sing the phrase me and you. And I'm not going to increase the pressure on the oo vowel. Let's see if there is a difference in volume. Me and you. I'll try it again. Me and you. Now I'll do it correct. Me and you. Me and you. Okay, as you you could tell, I did have to increase my pressure a little bit on the oo vowel to make it even with the other vowel, which in that case was e.
So, remember, when it comes to the sound oo, we must remember to round the lips, perch them forward, have an opening in the lips around the diameter of the eraser end of a pencil, and we must elevate the volume of oo when necessary. The vowel O is the next vowel that we're going to look at, and it is another diphthong found in the English language. It is the combination of our last two vowels, the sound and the sound oo. The problem that occurs often amongst singers is improper lip usage, namely rounding the lips. And the vowel O suffers from this common mistake more than any other. In fact, it is such a common mistake that even some voice teachers accept it as correct. There are many voice teachers who actually remind their students not to forget to round their lips while singing a word that contains O. The problem with rounding the lips O is this: it makes the vowel sound overly dark, like singing through a tube. Listen to me sing the phrase, I don't know, first with rounded lips and then without.
All right, let's take a look at what it sounds like to round the lips on an O vowel. Let's sing the phrase, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right, and there are singers who sing this way. All right, now I'm going to sing it correctly. What I'm going to do is when it comes to the O vowel, I am going to be singing and then ending it with the oo vowel. Let's take a listen. I don't know. I don't know. No. Did you hear Listen. No. And that was the correct way to do it. Again, as soon as I round it, no, it sounds hollow.
As you can clearly hear, the rounding of the lips seems too dark, and in actuality, very classical sounding, which tends to make me think that this is why so many voice teachers teach it, to make the students sound more classical and therefore, in their mind, sound more like what a trained singer should sound like. Now, this may be fine if that's what you're looking for, but the student needs to be able to at least be in control of not singing this vowel wrong, as it certainly does not fit most musical styles such as pop, country, or rock. And the main reason I can confidently say that singing this vowel with rounded lips is wrong is because of the very nature of the vowel. You see, O is a combination of the sound and the sound oo, and no one would tell us to sing the sound with rounded lips. For instance, imagine me singing the word up with rounded lips. Up, up. We can hear singing with rounded lips obviously does not sound right. And it does not even feel right. So then why do we sing with rounded lips when the first sound in O is in fact I believe one of the biggest reasons is because singing is 98% psychological, and in our minds, we view O as a circle, O. And so we make our lips into a circle, shaping the sound the way it looks in our mind. But O is not a circle. O is the sound first for 99% of the length of the vowel, and then oo. O. Another main reason why we have difficulty not rounding our lips with O is because O contains oo, and oo does have rounded lips. So we are not to round the first part of O, which is but then we're supposed to round the lips on the last part of the vowel, which is oo. And then couple these difficulties with the idea that we look at O as a circle, and then couple with that with people telling us to sing O with rounded lips, and voila, we sing O wrong. And it is wrong. as you just heard a minute ago, to sing O with rounded lips makes this vowel sound overly dark and hollow. So here again, I will sing O incorrectly and then correctly. Please notice that when I sing it correctly, it is because I am singing the sound 98% the length of the vowel, and then I will end it with oo. That does need the lips to be round. So here I go.
So remember, no matter what word it is that has O in it, whether it's the word don't or the word soul, there's an example of an O with an L on it. L's hiding vowel sounds. Any word that has O, it has to be the sound 99% and then end with the last part, which is oo. So I'll sing the word don't. I'll do it incorrectly. Don't! And then I'll do it correctly. Don't! The word soul, I'll do that incorrectly. Soul! Correctly. Soul! Soul! The word don't, one more time. Don't! I sung duh that whole length. And at the very end, I put the oo on, making it don't.
I hope that you got something out of today's lesson. Please believe me that vowel sound production has an incredible amount to do with how good our tone sounds. It also has everything to do with how we develop style and how we can better emphasize words in order to deliver the story in a captivating way. I am Stephen Childs of virtualvoicelessons.net, and I would like to say thank you for listening, and God bless.